Happy Pride, everybody!
Happy Pride!
Who here knows what gay pride means?
It means where, like, all the gay people, transgender, lesbian, bisexual people gather up and celebrate.
That's absolutely right. It's a celebration of sexual diversity. So I'm not gay, but I'm a gay ally. Are you gay allies?
Definitely.
Great answer. What does it mean to come out of the closet? What do you think about gay marriage?
I just think it's normal marriage.
Right.
My auntie, I know that she's gay. She hasn't married yet. And I'm just wondering if I am going to be her flower girl.
And you know what? When you find out that your auntie is going to marry a woman and your number one concern is if you're going to be the flower girl, you have your priorities straight. Do you think it would be cool to have two moms?
Yes.
What would it be like to have two dads?
It would be crazy. It depends on how their personality is.
Can you name any gay celebrities?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Uh-huh. What about Neil Patrick Harris?
Who's that?
Do we know Ricky Martin?
No.
Ricky Martin is a singer, and now he's a gay icon. A gay icon is someone who's revered by the gay community. And Jodie Foster is a woman, and she made me question my sexuality when I was a child because I liked her so much.
Oh.
And she was nude in the film Nell. Not that I remember watching it several times as a child.
Wow.
Guys, I'm so impressed with you. Remember, what are we to the gay community? We are
Gay icons.
Sure.
I'm an ally. Maybe I could be an icon.
I mean, everybody should aspire to grow up and be a gay icon.
That's what Pride Day is all about.
You're right. See you at Pride, everybody.
Okay, today we look at another attempt to brainwash and indoctrinate our kids through children's literature. This one, and we've done several of these videos because unfortunately there are so many of these kinds of books on the bookshelf if you go to Barnes & Noble or any other bookstore. This one is called The Gay BCs because, of course, the regular ABCs are not good enough. If you're a gay activist, you need your own ABC. So you got The Gay BCs. This is written by M.L. Webb. It's an ABC book. So I think we should keep this in mind as we go through it. What's the age range of a book like this? You know, I'd say probably 3 years old to 7. 3 to 7 is about the age range for a book of this kind. And that's what all the content in this book is directed towards, are kids of that age. All right, The Gay BCs. B is for bi. You can shout it out loud. I like boys and girls, and that makes me proud. Bisexual is, this is, again, we're talking kids 3 to 7 years old, and we're talking to them about being bisexual. Yeah, for all the 4-year-old bisexuals out there, you know what? A 4-year-old is not bisexual. He's not gay. Kids at that age don't have a sexuality. That's something that develops over time. And never mind the fact that makes me proud. I like boys and girls, and I'm proud of that. Why should there be pride in your sexual orientation in the first place? I never quite understood that. C is for coming out. You're ready to share what you feel deep inside. It's okay to be scared. D is for drag. You can strut and dance in clothes that you love, dresses, heels, or pants. Now remember, drag is burlesque for gay men. That's what it is. I mean, that's the history of drag. It's adult-oriented. It's highly sexual by its nature. And that's why when you look at a lot of these drag queens for the Drag Queen Story Hours and the names that they have, even the stage names that they choose are clearly sexual in nature.
And then you just move your bum up and down like that, and that's twerking.
So when drag is being foisted on kids, that's what's being foisted. G is for gay. It's a word that implies you're a girl who likes girls or a guy who likes guys. I is for intersex. Some are born with the parts of both a boy and a girl. Bodies are works of art. Okay, yeah, some are born intersex, and by some we mean about 7 people in the whole world. But for some reason, they get lumped into this conversation. Let me ask you, why are intersex people, so-called, why are they lumped in with gay, trans? What do they have to do with anything? Intersex, that's a medical condition. That's a deformity. That's what that is. So why are we lumping people who suffer from a deformity in with, what do they have to do with anything? Intersex people are always brought in, especially when the topic is trans. And the left, they're trying to justify their position on gender. They say, well, what about intersex people? What about them? What do they have to do with anything? Just because they're intersex people, how does that validate or legitimize a biological man who claims to be a woman? How does the existence of a birth defect that he doesn't have validate what he's claiming? And then why are we telling kids about intersex? At what point in a 4-year-old's life do you say to yourself, you know what, I got to sit little Johnny down and tell him about, and give him the intersex talk? Why does a 4-year-old need to know about intersex? There are 12 intersex people in the world. Why does a 4-year-old need to know about them? K is for Kiki. K is for Kiki. What? K-I-K-I, Kiki. When friends come together to catch up on news, gossip, and weather. Is that some sort of gay thing? What is that? I'm going to look it up. I'm going to Google this very quickly just because I need to know. Go to Wikipedia. Kiki, alternatively keeking, is a term which grew out of Black American gay social culture and is loosely defined as a gathering of friends for the purpose of gossiping and chit-chat, and later made more widely known in the song Let's Have a Kiki by the Scissor Sisters.
Wait, what's a kiki?
A kiki is a party for calming all your nerves.
Dear God. Now let's reference a song by the Scissor Sisters for the 4-year-olds who are reading this book. L is for lesbian. It's love and affection between two special girls who share a connection. N is for non-binary. You don't identify as just being a girl or just being a guy. Which, of course, means nothing whatsoever, because, as I always say, a young boy doesn't know what a girl is, really, doesn't even really know what a boy is. He has very little understanding of any of this. And so for a young boy to say, I don't identify as a boy, that is a statement that has no meaning coming out of his mouth. And actually, it has no meaning coming out of the mouth of anybody, even an adult. P is for pan. You connect with a vibe, no matter the gender. It's about what's inside. That sounds very scientific. Connecting with a vibe. What does that mean exactly? And yeah, that's another pansexual. So pansexual, from what I understand, is someone who is attracted to anything. All takers. And that's a concept that we need to introduce to kids, of course. T is for trans. It's a brave step to take to live as the gender you know is innate. Well, it's not innate, though, because something is innate if it belongs. Something is innate to you if it belongs to your essential nature, if it's fundamental to you. And if you're a biological male, then being a female is the opposite of innate. It doesn't belong to your nature whatsoever. Right. I can't believe I actually got through this whole damn disgusting thing. I have normally been opposed to book burning, but I would make an exception for that appalling mass of insanity and filth. We always hear people complaining about things being offensive, and most of the time the offensive thing is not really offensive at all, or shouldn't be. But that right there, that is offensive. That is actually offensive. I admit, call me a snowflake. I am personally offended by that. I am offended by the sexual indoctrination of children. I am upset by predators like the author of that book, grooming children. That does offend me. It does. Because that's what this is. This is grooming. Imagine if you were out with your child on the playground and a grown-ass man walked up to your kid and said, hey, little boy, want me to tell you what a pansexual is? Hey, kid, come here. Are you bi? Are you bisexual? You want to hear about bisexuals? Let me tell you about it. Come to my van and I'll tell you about it. If a man started talking to your kid that way, you would react in a way that communicates your feelings about that, right? And what I mean is you would punch him in his throat. And for good reason. I see no difference between that situation on a playground and a book like this made for kids. Objectionable, creepy, insane, disgusting. In summary, I didn't like it. I award this -12 stars out of 5.